What's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. Iggy Azalea. Before I get started, I hope that there are people out there that are women that are dragging Iggy all up and through the World Wide Web. Because, see, this is the thing. Even though I am gay, some of y'all didn't know, even though I'm gay, I still recognize that I'm a man. And I can't just get on the World Wide Web and just drag women like that, like that. We might do a little tug and pull and say you a fool, but I always know there's a line that I'm not willing to cross. Iggy Azalea is whack. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm saying what I'm saying. So I was over here minding my business on Twitter, looking at men. And there's this one girl, one woman who I follow. She goes by Echo. And I'm just scrolling. And this is what she had tweeted out. Get this. According to this article, she tweeted, "Been there, done that, warned you," regarding her baby daddy, Abusing, his new girlfriend on Tuesday, February the 11th, 2023. Then she turned around and wrote the letter for Daystar on Monday, February the 22nd, 2023. And I said, "Girl, you lying." You know, people write all types of stuff on Twitter. And, I'm just a big believer now that, girl, you got to do your own homework. And there have been a couple of times where, not this person, a couple of my subscribers have set me up for failure. And they have said things to me and told me that it was, girl, the gospel. And I get back down here on the World Wide Web and repeat what they told me because I'm thinking they're telling me the truth, and come to find out they done told me a whole bold-faced lie. So now I got to the point where I have to see stuff with my own eyes. I gotta hear it with both of my ears, and I need to read it two or three times and listen to it 4 or 5 times to make sure I'm hearing and seeing what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. Okay. Um. So I went to do a little digging, and because Iggy Azalea had wrote a letter, right? The letter actually got out what she wrote. We knew she wrote a letter. We didn't know what she said in the letter. I'm going to read some of the letter, but not the entire letter because it's long. So I went and did a little digging. And I actually did a video on Iggy slamming Playboy Cardi on February the 22nd, 2023. Page 6 did an article on February the 14th, 2023. She did an interview with a podcaster named Emily Waski, something like that, on February the, hold up, I have it right here. I took a screenshot. On February the 21st, 2023. She wrote the letter to the judge in support of Tory on February the 22nd, 2023. This is the problem that I have with women like Iggy. And I don't care if you're white, Asian, black, Hispanic, girl, I don't care. Because I see this all the time. I grew up in women's spaces. So I hear the stories about how these men sometimes treat y'all. I hear the stories. And then I also see what people write on the internet and how they say, this happened to me, girl. Girl, this happened to me. And I see the videos of people talking about what happened to them. So I'm always baffled at how many, and I've said this on my channel hundreds of times, it always baffles me at how many women I have seen low-key bond over trauma when it comes to these men. Y'all share the same exact stories. It's just a different woman, a different man, but the same exact story. But as soon as another woman comes out and shares her experience with the man, y'all will deny her experience. And y'all will say that it did not happen. Or you will take the man's side, even if you believe that it did happen, you will take the man's side over her side. I do not understand that. Iggy Azalea came, my eyes are glossy. I have not been crying. My eyes just look glossy. I'm kind of tired. I need to go to sleep. But I wanted to get this video out before I went to bed. Iggy Azalea has come out and she has discussed how violent her relationship was with her baby daddy, even tweeting that after he did it to his, I guess, other child's baby, his other baby mama, Warren Jew, right? So he did it to you, and then you have the nerve to get online and tell the other person or tell the world, warned you about this fool, right? This is all in the one. This is all within a few weeks. This happened on February the 11th. Page 6 wrote the article on February the 14th. You go do the podcast on February the 21st, and then you turn your silly whack ass around on February the 22nd and write a letter in support of Tory. And I'm sure when I came down here on February the 23rd, I was like, yeah, I believe Iggy, he did it. Now, if somebody came out, and said that Iggy, you a lie, that black man ain't put his hands on you, you just another white woman trying to take a black man down. We know how y'all get with our men. You know how y'all love our men stuff. We know how y'all get with our men. You just trying to tear another black man down. He ain't did nothing to you. You probably started it. What did you do? He just ain't did nothing to you out the blue. Iggy is whack, and I'm sorry, not to sound. It just it is what it is. I think that people who think like that, just like Iggy, who have been through DV situations, who have been through violent situations, because she never really said, I guess, what he really did, but we know what he did. Girl, you have been through your own situations with a man. For you to turn around and show support of that man, you're whack too. And I don't give a damn if you gay, anybody in a relationship, non-binary, gay, straight, it don't matter. Pansexual, I don't care who you are. If you have been through a situation with a man, with a person, but then you will turn around and show support for the person who this other person is saying violated them, you're whack. Stand on the side with Iggy Azalea. I think that is absolutely disgusting. And I can guarantee you somewhere in Iggy Azalea's life, she's probably said some whack fake shit like women empowerment and women sitting together and women believe in women. But then you'll turn around and write a letter in support of Tory. But you just tweeted out a couple of weeks ago, warned you about your violent ass baby daddy. This is some of what she said in the letter. I'm not reading this whole letter because it's long, but this is some of what she said. Dear Honorable Judge, Hereford, I'm writing you in regards to a case in your court, the people of the state of California plaintiff versus Daystar Peterson, case number BA 490599. My name is Iggy Azalea, and I've been a successful musician for the last decade. I've sold over 65 million records throughout my career, had number one hits on the Billboard Hot 100 and broken records previously held by the Beatles. My music has been nominated for 6 Grammys, and I have a multitude of other musical awards. Throughout my career, I've toured with some of the biggest acts in music, from Beyonce to Pitbull. Huh. Beyonce said, "What I got to do with this?" I've also collaborated with everyone from Britney Spears to Jennifer Lopez. In short, like yourself, I'm great at what I do, and I'm well respected by my peers. Becoming successful is incredibly hard to do, and maintaining success is even harder. The music industry is not designed to empower artists, especially not women. You learn to you learn to expect misogyny at every turn, no matter how much you've personally achieved. Sadly, I've spent my entire career. She misspelled achieve. That's probably why he got 10 years. You dumbass. Sadly, I've spent my entire career battling sexism and bad behavior behind the curtains, but I'm still gonna support Tory Lanez. When I tell you Iggy Azalea is whack, girl, one unfortunate consequence of that is I'm a victim of abuse myself. Girl, this is my first time reading this letter. I'm just now reading this. I must take note of the things I've suffered through so that you understand definitively. Definitively, I would not write you on behalf of an abuser. In fact, it's the very reason I felt imperative I share my viewpoint as a woman in music in regard to Daystar Peterson. Girl, we might have to read this whole thing. Girl, we might have to read this whole letter. Um, you are presiding over this case, and it would mean a great deal to me if you please listen. If you please let me share with you why Tory Lanez is far from the average entitled rap star. Now, this is Tory Lanez who shot Meg The Stallion, who attacked August Alsina, who attacked Prince from Love and Hip Hop. No telling who else. I believe in justice, and I know you do too. You've dedicated your life's work to it, and I respect that deeply. That's why I'm taking my time to do this, because I know the person you are understands in order to truly conclude what a fair sentence is. You need better understanding of who the person you're sentencing is at their core. Um, Judge Hereford, I was elated when I saw your name. And girl, I'm not okay. We can skip over that part. Let me see. I'm not gonna read. I'm gonna read the most important parts. Okay. This is what she said. Daystar Peterson is not the pest you've heard about. He's a gardener. He helps others bloom. Girl. UC Daystar has been helping me from the moment I met him. Our paths crossed in 2018 while working in the same recording studio. Although he was writing music for another artist, he took the initiative to come to my room in his break and time and play song ideas he had written for me too. This resonated with me because it's highly unusual for someone who's already very successful to want to help others. Music is competitive in that way. Um, we've remained friends since, and what I've come to understand about Daystar is he's genuinely passionate about helping others. He will go out of his way to help someone he sees even a glimmer of greatness inside. Although he is an incredible songwriter, it's my belief that this is his true gift, seeing what could be and becoming the driving force to make it happen. He battled and overcome some incredible odds on his pathway to success. In many ways, he's still battling now. I think that's one of the reasons he always fights hard to elevate others. One of my favorite examples of this is a story how he came to hire his personal assistant Mario. Daystar was stopped at a red light with his window down when a guy in his early 20s yelled from the sidewalk, "I'm chasing a dream too, and I'll do anything to work with you. I'm working for Postmates. Please let me give you my resume." Shockingly, Daystar took his number, called the next day, and interviewed him for a job. He wasn't in need for another employee. Still, he created an internship and later full-time job for Mario. I'm not reading all this, girl. I'm not reading all this. She's basically hyping him up. She's just basically hyping him up. I don't understand it. I don't understand how a woman of abuse can then turn around and support an abuser. I don't understand it. Because if we came out and said that Iggy, you a goddamn lie, and ain't nobody touched you, and you tried to ruin that man's life, and you should be embarrassed and ashamed of yourself for trying to put your for embarrassing your child's father. How dare you? Your son has to see what you said about his father when he gets older. You're an embarrassment. You're a horrible mother. How dare you embarrass your son's father like that for the world to see? Now, if people came out and said all types of shit like that about Iggy, people would have a fit, and she probably would too. I think Iggy is whack. Did I say that earlier? Anyways, that's really all I had to say. I'll probably talk about Dr. Heavily tomorrow and what she said about Phaedra Parks. I told y'all. I told y'all, Phaedra. I have been told y'all. We're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about this in another video because this video was already too long. So yeah, I'm done with Iggy. I'm done talking about Iggy. Iggy, you whack. You gonna forever be whack, girl. The next time a man put his hands on you, girl, I guess we're supposed to just ignore it too, right? That's what we're supposed to do. All right. All right. I'm done. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.